We're going to finish on Apple TV Plus with a returning comedy drama series which arrived back on Wednesday the 24th of April. It's called The Big Door Prize, and here is a clip.
The people in this town completely upended their lives because of a card they got from a machine.
That thing will tell you your life's potential.
The Morphos made everybody think about their dreams. And now it's saying,
are you ready for the next stage?
how do we get to the next stage?
See, I don't remember seeing the first season of this, and I sort of blindly kind of went into this and watched the first episode of this season 2, and there are 10 episodes in this season, and I don't think you need to see it. I might be wrong. I don't know if you would agree with that, Ian, but I don't know. I think you can pick it up. Well, I certainly did. I think I picked it up quite quickly. But essentially, it's based around this morpho machine, and it's a machine that it just arrives in this shop, and no one really knows how it got there. But it's supposed to reveal people's true potential, and so I guess you put some money in, and a piece of, an envelope comes out, and it tells you, and it's changing people's lives. It reminded me a little bit, and I'm useless with names. You might be able to fill in. The program where they looked at who you should be marrying, who you should be meeting, and kind of worked out scientifically who you should be with. And people are they were taking that as very serious, and, ending marriages and what have you. And the same way with this, although of course this is a comedy drama, so marginally different there. It's people that are seeing what it says their potential could be, and then actually changing the course of their life because of it. And so, Chris O'Dowd, who I absolutely think is brilliant and great, plays the part of a teacher called Dusty, and he's kind of like real middle of the road kind of guy, just does what he does, raises his eyes a bit about this, a bit of eyeball rolling, and thinking, oh, for goodness sake, why, why are people changing their lives because of this? But even he starts to question it, and thinks, could it? Because actually, what it's doing, it's saying to you, well, you can do other things, not just what you're doing now. You can do other things, and this could be, try this. How about this? It doesn't mean you have to stop your marriage just because, I don't know, true love. It says something about true love, for example. So it's changing people's lives. I think it is quite funny in places. The narrative and the dialogue between his pupils and him is quite funny in places. But as I say, it kind of they want to know about the device. That's the whole point. Who's behind it? Who's created it? Who's writing these messages? And of course it's it's all a bit silly. But I actually really enjoyed it. Something a bit different. As I say, I don't think you need to see season 1. I certainly didn't. I don't remember it anyway. And I thought it was fine without watching it. What do you think, Ian?
I enjoyed it, and we didn't cover season 1. I don't know why. And I tried watching the first episode, and I quickly realised I had no idea what's going on. So I did go back to the first series. It's such a great idea, this morpho machine that tells you, what you should or could be doing. And that slightly reminded me, remember the Tom Hanks film Big, where there's this kind of arcade machine that grants him, the little boy, a wish, and the wish is to be big, to be grown up. So it's got that kind of slight Tales of the Unexpected kind of vibe to it, possibly a little bit of Black Mirror, but it's kind of about small town life, I guess, isn't it? And how all these different characters of all ages, how they react to the idea that there's this machine that will print something out and tell you, this, in a way, this could have been your destiny and still could be. You'd be intrigued, you'd want to know, but it's not always the answer you want. So one person gets, in series 1, one person gets a card that says their destiny is liar. And Chris O'Dowd's character, who I absolutely love him in this, gets a disappointing reply as well. But what's good about it is, so initially, I think it's his 40th birthday at the beginning of the first series, and he's just talking about, he's contented, he's got everything he wants, he's happy. But once this little grit in the oyster, you know, this suggestion that, well, perhaps I could have done something else, or, you know, he's only been in one relationship as well, so kind of there's just these seeds of doubt creep into his mind. So it's really well done. I love it. And the beginning of series 2 is the machine is now saying, are you ready for the next stage? And people are like, what does that mean? And how do we get it to take us to the next stage? So that's the sort of jumping off point. And the machine's been found, I think, somewhere else. So yeah, I really liked it. And I will go back and watch the rest of season 1.